Hello again, and welcome to my channel, Utterly Mental. I hope you're having an incredible day. If you are new here, my name is Veronica, and I create videos on the topic of mental health in an effort to break the stigma. So on Mondays, I discuss a mental health topic with you guys that has been weighing on my mind. Today is Monday, and I will be discussing 7 signs of passive-aggressive people and how to deal with them. Let's get into it. Number 1. Knowing the signs of passive-aggressive behavior. To know if you're dealing with a passive-aggressive person, you need to know the signs of passive-aggressive behavior. One of the most detectable passive-aggressive behaviors is the silent treatment, also known as stonewalling or giving the cold shoulder, where your calls are being rejected and you're pretty much just kind of there, but they're not acting like you're there. Sarcasm and withholding praise and due compliments. Withholding intimacy. Your partner is deliberately not holding your hand when you're trying to, or when you're trying to cuddle up to them, they're pushing you away. Also, acts of sabotage and being overly critical of a person. Number 2, very important. Don't fight fire with fire, and definitely don't pour fuel on it. Passive-aggressive behavior can just become so emotionally exhausting for both parties, and it accomplishes nothing. So the real issues never get addressed. When your partner begins to act in a passive-aggressive way, choose to take the high road. Take a moment, breathe, understand what's happening, and give your partner love. Because it takes a lot for someone who is passive-aggressive to change that behavior. So when you're dealing with passive-aggressive people, you don't want to fight their passive-aggressiveness with outward aggression. It may seem like you're supposed to, but the worst way to deal with passive-aggressive behavior is to be directly aggressive towards them. So it can have the opposite effect. It'll actually make them turn even more inwards and shut down worse than they already are. For you to effectively deal with someone who is acting passive aggressive towards you, you have to learn how to approach them in a positive and assertive manner. So you're not going at their throats. You're not screaming at them or yelling at them or putting them down. What that's going to do is it's going to open up the floor for a calm, honest, mature conversation to be had. So the real issues can be presented and hopefully worked out. Number 3, call out the passive-aggressive behavior. By calling out the passive-aggressive behavior, you are creating a path to having a mature discussion about the issue. Let them know right when you notice it. Point out specific times where they were passive-aggressive with you and how that made you feel. When you point out specific times that they were acting passive-aggressive towards you, it's going to be a lot harder for them to deny their behavior. Number 4, make sure that you have a follow-up for passive-aggressive behavior. Before you confront them, make sure that you're coming from a place of empathy and love. They may be acting passive-aggressively because they feel they're not heard. They feel like they don't have a voice. Assure them that you're not going to automatically end the relationship if they express anger. And be honest with them. Tell your partner about how their behavior is affecting you and how much it upsets you and angers you. For example, your partner comes home and you just had a conversation with some friends and you were thinking about possibly taking a road trip. The moment your partner hears this, they shut down completely and they distance themselves from you and the conversation. Then through the next few days, they're avoiding you and just not talking to you and not picking up your phone calls or replying to your text messages. Point out the behavior. Go to your partner and you say, ever since I talked to you about when I talked to my friends about a trip, you've been avoiding me and actively ignoring me. Is something wrong? From there, they may enter the state of denial. and they'll say, "Nothing is wrong. I'm just busy." Here's where your follow-up comes in. You normally let me know when you're gonna be busier than usual. I feel that there's something wrong and it involves me or our relationship. Please, can we discuss this? I'm not going to end our relationship if you express anger. Okay, number 6, it is positive resistance. This one is probably my favorite one. Blew my mind when I read it. Basically, you show your partner that their passive-aggressive behavior has no effect on the current situation. Saying this to them will be a lot easier once you have identified the specific behaviors directed towards you. Ask your partner for an example of what their desired outcome would be and how they would handle the situation. This will show them that you truly do want to listen, and it gives them time to come up with their own constructive solutions to the problems. Number 7, extend genuine concern and help. They may not know that their passive-aggressive behavior is having no good effect on the situation at hand. Remember that passive-aggressive people act that way as a cry for help. They use this behavior so that they can avoid the problems and the conflicts that could possibly arise. They may have no idea that this behavior isn't helping them solve the problem. When you sit down to have a conversation with a passive-aggressive person, make sure that they know that they're free to express what they need to express. Tell them that you invite them to acknowledge when something is bothering them or when they feel upset. When this person acknowledges that they have a problem or that they are upset, it's gonna help them look into more constructive solutions instead of being destructive with passive-aggressive behavior. The wrap-up. Passive-aggressive behavior is absolutely destructive to all types of relationships, especially the ones that you're the closest to. Be aware of the different types of passive-aggressive behavior. Confront your partner or this person from a place of love and respect for each other's emotional well-being and physical space. Thank you guys for joining me again today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and share it with a friend. Also, I want to hear from you. Have you dealt with a passive-aggressive partner or work relationship before? How did you handle it? What happened when you confronted them about it? Let me know in the comments and let's discuss it. Again, thank you so much for joining me again today. Please don't go to bed without finding your reason to genuinely smile. Be kind and take care of yourself. Utterly Mental out.